What is up, guys? We are back again with some Idle Heroes. It's a new week in here with the Dragon Boat Festival going on. However, today we have something a little bit more urgent to take care of, and that is my hero bag space. It is absolutely cluttered in here, almost at max capacity right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and clean up, free up some space, because as I talked about in the last video just briefly, that next up for the account is the Glory Challenge, and I'm really looking forward to that, to absolutely change everything up and sort of get to it with the main team, start to get rid of LOEs, upgrade some other stuff. But before we can do that, we need a lot of bag space, so that's first on the agenda today. Just clean up, see if we can maybe get away with 100 free slots, would be nice. I did have a few more bag space from Celestial Isle, so I just activated that. Another thing we can do is to go in here and retire a few heroes. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I've got some other exciting news. I have gotten a new copy of Aspen, and that's gonna be a main copy, so to say. I have had this B copy for a pretty long time, but I didn't really think about it or look into it when it comes to the stats and everything. And it turns out that this is a very horrible B copy with the absolute worst, right? You have minus in speed and attack, which is the more important stats, and sort of I would be okay with like a minus on the HP and maybe some pluses down on these stats instead, but that's not what we got. So this needs to be replaced, and I've been trying to get a copy on the auction house, and I lost a lot of bids, so then I placed 2 bids at a time, and of course then I won, so now I have 2 decent copies. So one is going back on the auction house, and also the stats here is not really great. So this is going to be a little bit interesting to see how much of an effect it actually has. So we're gonna switch this out. We are going for, I guess we can compare a little bit after, but the copy I'm going for is this one. We got some extra HP and attack. We got a little bit more attack over here, but the main thing is that I really like this one. We got both skill damage and holy damage. So this is like pretty much the best one, I think, at least close to it. So we're putting the other one back on the auction house. This one is just a regular one that I got from free summoning, I think. We're gonna replace. And also, the one I had is a bind to account copy. So this one I can just sell and get some starry gems back, which is pretty nice. So we got a little bit of a stat upgrade here. If I remember correctly, we were at 3,098,000, so that's about 230,000 extra attack. We also got some HP, about 5 million, plus that we now have 120% skill damage and 22% holy damage, compared to the last copy, which didn't have any of those and instead was just control immunity offset and reduced dot received. So not any damage increase at all. And of course we now also have more attack, we have more HP. Alright, so that was the sort of the first thing to do, and we are now back to cleaning up here. And we're just gonna do faction by faction here. So this is happening. We're getting a 9-star Sekis. Done that. Now we can upgrade. 8-star. Still got the copy. And we're up to 9-star. Let's just see if we have anything decent to pick from. We have a couple of trash heroes there. 9-star Sekis. We also, what I noticed is that I have a 9-star in the bag. We're gonna go ahead and summon that as well. We're gonna summon all our puppets, just so we have those available. Use those up. I mean, why not? Then we have Lutz, which is gonna become our next 10-star. A bunch of 6-stars ready to go there. Perfect. That's another 10-star right there. And of course, now we have another 9-star with the puppet. So we're also gonna bring up Valentino. There we go. And so with that, we're looking to get rid of some stuff in here. What we're gonna do is we are gonna actually start to bring up Betty. Maybe it's possible to bring her all the way up to 9-star actually. And Betty is gonna be our next project, our next Transcendence hero. Maybe we'll do a non-Transcendence hero in the meantime, because now we are very low on Transcendence material. We'll see. But to get rid of some resources, we are gonna start at least to bring her up here. And maybe I can do a 9-star in here. So we're gonna put the B copy in the first slot. Okay, what seems a little bit unfortunate is that we can't use the 6-star in the 2 slot here if you put the B copy first. So I think this is gonna put the B copy in the bag, so we might have to switch that, which is gonna cost an extra 200 gems. So that kind of sucks, but it's fine. We have the 6-stars ready. We need one more. What could be a good one here? We'll just go ahead with Kamath. And there we go. 9-star Betty. Let's see if it yeah, it did in fact not use the copy, and I don't think we could have made it that way either. So we're just gonna go ahead and swap this, or actually I can wait. What if I get another copy? You never know until I actually gonna use this hero. So that took care of most of the heroes in here, and that was a huge help. I think the Shadow faction was the most sort of cluttered one with the most 5-star heroes, and now it's looking way better. Alright, so we are pretty much done here. Last couple of things. I can make 2 more 6-stars. One in Fortress and one in Abyss. Here we can go ahead with this one. And here I would actually like to make a food hero. Let's see. So the problem is that I'm missing, for example, 2 Christian. I only have 1. So what we're gonna do instead, we're just gonna make Sigmund 6-star here. And that takes care of that. Now we are looking at 23, so we're almost at 100. And I also realized now that there was no reason for me to swap the copies, so I lost 200 gems there. Not a big deal, but since I'm doing regression and building heroes up again and stuff, we're gonna do that with Aspen as well, so I could have chosen the right copy when rebuilding him. Anyways, I think I'm as ready as I can be for the challenge, and yeah, let's just get into it. One more problem that I saw is that in some factions we sort of lack 9 copies of one hero, but I think it should be fine. I hope so. Just one thing that could be interesting to see is that how far we actually are today. We're looking at 92 on one hero. That's our starting sort of max. First things first, we are gonna regress our main hero. Alright, so householder removed. I also found one more bag space in Celestial Isle, so activated that stuff. Here we're gonna go with the regress. Unfortunately, that's gonna cost us a little bit. 10 of those. There we go. Our bags is crazy already. Okay, we are then gonna go ahead and start with our Eloise. Of course, she is already prepped pretty much with being E5, everything like that. Got a bunch of 10 stars. So what we're doing is we are leveling her up as far as she can go here. So that should be almost at the cap. And with that, she can also level up a little bit. We can do that. And with that, we should get our very first Glory Challenge here. Yes, we do. And that's another 200k that we can use. Let's see how far that gets us here. Helps us out from 90 to 100. We break that. And not all the way to 120, but 103. What I want to do then is I just want to go very quickly into Sealand. Here we are at 23 currently, almost beating the entire stage of 24. Gonna put some Betty in, and we're gonna try out Eloise before we regress her. Just see if Tree of Origin might have changed something here, giving us a little bit of extra power. Yeah, with Eloise we can speed it up. Sometimes I like the speed a little bit slower just so we can see the fight more clearly, but this is just a bunch of auto attacks or a bunch of blocks and counters, so yeah, we get a pretty good view on what's going on. Very, very close fights, so close to dying several times there. But yeah, we make it, we break another stage, and we are on to stage 25 here. Another thing I did was I gave Eloise a little bit more damage. I changed one of her traits, and also I was able to take her to level 400 now instead of 390. God damn, that was a huge CC. They're not really holding back, but basically if I'm able to break the CC, we should be good to go. I'm willing to give this a couple of tries because it seemed that they were very lucky with the CC, but this seems to be very consistent actually. There we go. Okay, you know what, we're stopping there. We got another stage complete, and the important thing is, and what I want to complete here as well today with the Glory Challenge, is getting every single faction to at least 20, and that way we beat the Seal challenges and we get some bonus in the Gate of the Void. That was that for the Shadow faction. We are now moving on, so what we're gonna go ahead and do, we're gonna regress Eloise, and she is now sadly leaving the account. Was a good half year, but now she's gone, and we are moving on to Fortress. It's a little bit interesting, because now my plan was to make Penny and save copies of her, but we are not quite there yet. However, I am pretty close on Valentino, so we are gonna try and look for Valentino in here. And let's start with the 3. We got one, that's all we need. So yeah, we are making a Valentino E5. This might not have worked back in the day, but since we have now Treasure Train and things like that with a pretty huge bonus, it might work. So we're gonna see. I have no idea myself on how it's gonna go in Sealand, so it's just gonna have to be like a test. I know for sure that Penny is a strong one, so that's why I kept some copies of her. But maybe Valentino can make it work as well. There we go, I'm gonna level him up, activate Tree of Origin. And just another thing you can do when you're doing this challenge as well, you can activate the max soulstone because you get the resources back when you regress them. And there's a challenge to make 10 soulstones at this level. So that way you can also sneak away some extra material if you haven't done that Glory Challenge yet. So yeah, we got the V4 Valentino, look at that, our first E3, E5, collecting so many extra resources here that we haven't done. And we also got this one. We'll try and sneak away some progress in here, maybe we'll make it to 10, maybe not. So we made it to level 111 in Tree of Origin this time. Here we are stuck at 18. We're gonna do a bunch of these today, so you know what, I'm just gonna buy out 15 here, see how far that takes us. Let's go ahead and try this out. We have Sigmund in the front. Big stun. Oh, Valentino got frozen though. Yeah, so these guys uses the freeze, gonna have to look out for that. Just my 1 stars is actually providing a bit of a support here. They're not getting one shot. Okay, so that was no issue at least. Yeah, these 1 stars though. I mean, it's kind of crazy. The bonus that Treasure Train brings, and Guild Tech, I guess, a little bit also, but mostly Treasure Train. Because this actually used to be very difficult before. Just getting to 20 in every faction was a bit of an accomplishment. Alright, let's make it 20 as well. Alright, a big triple stun from the beginning. I also put the damage trait on Valentino here. Good so far. Alright, sweet. I mean, we are looking good. We are looking good. 20 is complete, so our objective for the Fortress faction is done. We now have the achievement for Fortress. Of course, wanna try out these minions as well. They change now after 20. And as you can see, they are way stronger here. Alright, so with that done, we are gonna regress our Valentino. Mission complete. And we got a bag problem. Yeah, who would have guessed? Almost 40 spaces is not enough. What we're gonna do to get rid of some spaces here is we're gonna bring Eloise to 9-star now. And half build her up again to get rid of some of these 5 stars and everything. There we go. Not bad. So what we're gonna do next is we are actually gonna bring back Aspen. Our very first E5 on the account. And yeah, he's back. And the problem here is that we can't see which 6-star we're using, so, or like what B copy we're using, I guess. Can we see it better here? Oh, that's not great. That's not a great overlay at all. Alright, now we're trying 10-star immediately. We have our level 2. With this guy, we don't have to try out Sealand. I already beat level 20 in there. The main objective of this creation here is to get this challenge done. It gives us an extra 200k. So as soon as you can break Tree of Origin 3 times, you can then switch off your Transcendence hero, or if you have another faction already, you can then start with the challenge and you can get all these bonus rewards for free, which is a huge boost. And as you can see now, we started at something like 90 whatever. We are now at 119 and I am only missing 4,400 here, and that's what you want to do though. You want to be able to get to 120 so you can then start to trigger the next challenge, and that's what we're gonna do today. And then we're gonna go for all of these achievements down here as well, which is gonna bring in even more resources. 350,000 per challenge. Here we got 200k, and you could see the boost we already got from that, from 90 to 120 basically, and then we're gonna get an extra 350k times 6. Just make sure that you have enough soul symbols. I started with 85, and of course if you can make it further at the beginning, you can save a lot of soul symbols as well. I had to regress my Transcendence hero for 10 and things like that that cost a little bit extra. Then we're gonna have to build up again. For example, maybe we're gonna build Eloise again for the Shadow faction, even though I already had her at E5, and then we're gonna regress her again just so we can claim this challenge as well after we done did this one. We are on to getting to 120 here, and we're gonna get another 6k. Let's head into the bag and see what we can do about that. What do we have? Here we have Essence of Sublimation. That's not gonna get us anywhere. That was like a surprisingly small amount of chests that gave the right material here. I could get 300 here. I don't know if I want to give up these type of resources though. It should be a very small amount, but still. Then I have this one, which is a little bit of an overkill, 15,000, but at the same time, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna open one of these. We're gonna get to 15,000 there, and with that, we are getting our last level here in the tree. There we go, some extra stats. 120, and with that we're also getting our new challenge complete here. There we go, a bunch of resources. Sweet. So that completes our dark faction, and now we're looking to do it in every other faction here. So hopefully we have enough bag space for this. It's basically just to choose any faction now, and hopefully the last one you build is someone that you keep. Yeah, I guess I just dive into it. Let's start with Light. There she is. We got ourselves a Natalie maxed out here, and with that we're also going into Sealand with our least, or our worst faction here, which has progressed the least, on stage 8. And yeah, let's check this out. Alright, pretty smooth there. She has some damage for sure. I mean, this early on at least. I didn't really think about that before, but you can so clearly see the reflection in the mirror here as well, which is pretty cool effect. Alright, so our ult still clears. Very nice to see. From 8 to 14, that was no issue. Still one taps everything, basically. Yeah, we're just speedrunning these. It looks... Yeah, I'm pretty confident we're gonna make it to 20. However, 21 I think is gonna be an issue. We're already not too dominant against these first type of creatures. And they're gonna get way stronger after 20. We saw that the same with Valentino and some other stuff we tried. But there we go with this fight. Boss goes down. That's stage 18. Alright, so it's the final test. We are now on stage 20. Alright, how we looking? We do take some damage here now, half HP already. That was some quick burst there, hitting the right target. But there he goes. We made it through. We're gonna have a look at this just for fun. My expectations are not very high. Oh, a little bit of damage though. They hit the freeze. The petrify. Oh, we might actually make this fight though. Yeah, damn. This looks even better than last fight. Wow. Not what I expected. Alright, some different guys here now. Yeah, the petrify is kinda terrifying. Wow, that last active there. Damn, I just bought 15. So here we were able to dodge the 2 first petrifies and then... Oh my god, yeah, that's enough. Are we gonna make it through the entire stage 21 here? Boss fight. Hit the petrify. Yeah, this might be... I mean, I think we go again though. I'm not completely out of reach. Woohoo! The 1% HP. We made it through. Alright, 21 in the light faction. Still going strong though. Amazing results here from Natalie. Okay. There we fall. I'm not gonna go in with more tries here. However, it was fun to see some fights. We are now continuing our main mission of the day. So what's next? I think we are gonna go ahead and jump into Forest this time, and because of the lack of copies on the account, I am gonna go with the Heart Watcher. I've been saving up Garudas, as you can see, trying to keep maybe 9 Garudas for when we're gonna do the challenge. Not quite there yet, so Heart Watcher though, gotten some more copies of her. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that. And that's the thing though with this, is that when I build her up, I'm gonna have to regress, and then there's still a hero I'm gonna have a 10 star. So if I built Garuda, we could just regress and be done with it. Alright, let's try out Heart Watcher then. You know what I realized? You can't get Heart Watcher above E5. So yeah, that is not gonna work. We cannot do this challenge with Heart Watcher, unfortunately. Not really an issue. So instead, what we're gonna do is gonna go with Rogan. That is for sure gonna work. I have 2 copies here. I have luckily 7 in the bag, so we are actually fine there. Yeah, bag space is messing with me again. We are gonna rebuild our 10 star. That should give us a little bit more space again. That's a 10 star that we had before we started, and that's someone that we are gonna have even after we're done as well. So she's back to original 10 star here. So there he is, Rogan, with Tree of Origin and everything else upgraded. Now heading into Sealand, and here we have reached 15. So yeah, let's see what a solo Rogan can do. Alright, so that's a 1 tap at least. Alright, so 16 was looking good. This start we did not 1 tap the first minion. So maybe a little bit stronger here. Sweet. Yeah, that was a bit of an overkill. Like 5% on the guy in the front, and then we had our entire like ultimate on 5% HP. How much damage is he dealing actually there? Oh, we can see next fight. You can't really keep up with numbers, it's so fast, and then just yeah, okay. I can't actually tell how many. I think it might have been like 12 million he's dealing. So this is stage 20, I believe. And we're clearing that out, no issue. Managing our objective here, hitting stage 20. And of course we're also gonna continue a little bit, just see what is possible. Sort of see how far we can go. It's a little bit interesting to see how far some different heroes can make it. Alright, but I kind of like this though. We are doing pretty good here. Like surprised me a bit, because even stage 20 has been a bit difficult for some champions, and yeah, we're doing good. I think this is probably the best stage 21 so far. So also gonna be interesting to see the boss level. At least the minions were sort of alright. Yeah, we're not hitting as hard anymore at all. Let's see this again here. Our first kill. Yeah, our damage just so like, yeah, it feels like I'm hitting for nothing compared to all other rounds. This was a bit better though. Can they kill him there? Nice. Okay. I thought I needed the kill there with the monster, but then we made it anyway. So the minion waves looked so easy, and then when I finally reached the boss, it was, you know, basically the same as every other faction so far. I'm just gonna go ahead and skip a few. We made it through 21 though, so that's kind of nice. Fortress and Valentino stopped at 20. I mean, look at that, almost a complete wheel now with all factions complete. We're only looking at Abyss left. Alright, so we're back here in the hero bag, and yeah, let's figure this one out. I believe that this time we are looking to rebuild Eloise and bring her up to Tree of Origin 120. Couldn't quite make it last time, like we broke 100 I believe, but not 120, so that's gonna be a rebuild. We also need to rebuild Valentino actually, because he didn't make it to 120 either. We needed to progress throughout the first glory achievements before we could reach the last achievement there, so our first sort of go through of the factions didn't make it to 120. So I think that's what we're doing now. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna build Eloise again, and then we are also gonna build Valentino. Alright, so we got our Eloise back. This time she reaches Tree of Origin 120. I just want to quickly jump in here and see if Eloise makes any change on this fight with the extra 20 levels, if that impacts anything. And yeah, also as you can see on the levels here, Eloise by far is the one who has made it the furthest of the heroes we have tried. She is pushing up here on 25 compared to 21 as the other guys, but yeah, it stops there. Those last 20 levels didn't really change anything. On to the next guy, and next up we have Valentino. So Valentino is back for the second time today. He is also now Tree of Origin 120. Do we think he has any better chance in here, or will it turn out to be just the same? Let's find out. Oh my god. The double freeze, and it sticks around. He is not breaking. Wow. He's not even putting a dent in these guys. Like 5%. Wow. Well, good try. Good effort. And with that, we have now saved the best for last. Last but not least, we are heading into Abyss. Here, my plan was to build wall deck. Haven't quite reached enough copies there. We're at 6 out of 9. So instead what we're gonna do is we are gonna do Queen for Abyss. Right now with 4 I could summon some more copies there if I wanted to with the Transcendence chest, the most basic one, but instead what we're gonna do is we are actually gonna regress our Halora and make an E5 queen that way, because my plan is actually to keep the last one there. So we're gonna build queen and then hopefully she'll stick around. We'll see. And another thing I want to mention is that what's really nice about getting to do this challenge now as well, on top of everything else, like all the resources we're gaining, all the progress, the achievements in we're gonna get some bonus damage in Gate of the Void and everything like that from Sealand, but just from the perspective in the bags now, is that I've been saving up heroes in a lot of factions for this specific moment, for the challenge, like Penny, Waldex, Garudas, and things like that. And now I can get rid of them. So that is gonna clean out. For example, I could make a Garuda 10 star and sacrifice, get rid of those copies. Waldeck, you know, I don't really need these guys, so same with Penny and all of that. So that is also a little bit of a bonus, that it's now easier to clean out everything we don't need. There we go. Queen is ready, fit for fight. Let's try this out. We got ourselves an E5 queen. We're currently at stage 11 here. Probably need a few more attempts. Here we also have Ignis, which is quite nice. And I mean, Queen is also a pretty decent hero though, with the counter ability. So this should be no issue, I'll be surprised. Yeah, I see no cause for panic just yet. These first couple of levels we're just blasting through. It's going quite nice. These guys though have so much stuns. The entire team is stunned, like multiple times. That is quite an achievement, being able to stun 6 heroes and then stun them again. Now 5 of them. Okay, here we go. Abyss versus Sealand 20. Alright, come on here now. Don't you dare let us down here. This is what we need. We only need to complete the level 20. I mean, up until now, it's been pretty good. I've only seen the rounds tick up, so the damage seems to be a little bit of an issue. But that's about it. Ooh, look at that heal though. Look at that heal. Yeah, I might have to go full damage on Queen here if I don't have already. I think I put some speed. I could change that. I could also change like the last trait, because I'm not really dying. That's not really the issue here. It's the definitely more so the damage I'm struggling with. But there goes the back line. Round 12. Could still make it. There goes the third one. I mean, we got a round. Oof, it's gonna be close. Damn, we didn't make it. So close. I'm gonna put some more damage and we'll try again. But the healing though coming out from the Fortress faction here is kind of crazy. Should probably look and see how much they actually heal. Should have done that previous as well when we had like this more slow fight going on, so we got the maximum heal. Yeah, this one, yeah, we're doing way more damage here. It's not even close to the last fight. It's a complete difference. Like this was the stage on like round 18 instead of round 8. Looks like we are gonna come out ahead. Perfect. Our Sealand mission for today is complete. Round of applause. We got it done. Or are we? Round 14? Okay. God damn that boss though. We got like an extra 4 rounds, 3 rounds it seemed, and yet we were in the same position as last time somehow. Like, we got it done though, and we're looking at these guys. We are doing 0 damage here on the shields. I mean, just as we break the shield, they put up another one. Yeah, we are not good. We are not getting through these shields. Okay, yeah, A for effort. We broke 20 though, and that's what we like to see. Let's go ahead and have a look. Look at that. From mostly gray to all green, all the challenges done. And with that, we also have these challenges done. Look at that. Oof, looks amazing. All these red dots for completion, achievement completion, and we claim 350k, 350k again and again. We got it for Abyss and we got it for Shadow. Finally, Glory Challenge, everything done. Yeah, I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy that I was able to get it done. we started at only Tree of Origin 119, and that was enough with a little bit of effort there. It took us some crystals. It's possible to do it cheaper. We are down to 25 from 85, I think. So yeah, I don't really plan on using that many of those, and I feel like it's a resource that you can definitely spend. But I also knew that this time we have an event going on with the Prophet event, right? And we get 5 soul symbols there, and this is also an event I'm gonna go in on, so we're gonna get some of those back. No stress, no worries. So all that, but we are not completely done for the day just yet. I mean, look at all this. We're gonna do like a final big cleanup, just make some space in the bag here and hopefully get our team back. We're looking at a queen that's maxed out and then some 10 stars. That's about it. Yeah, but that's about to change. Here we go, restoring our team. First up, we are back in here. We're heading to Evolution Cube. Look at that sweet 10 million. We are making a double Transcendence hero here. We're going for Halora. We have the perfect hero for that. There we go. Halora is back. And we're also looking to make Lord of Fear Aspen. There you go. 10 star for you. 5 million is ready. Our double Transcendence is back. Alright, so Aspen is back in action. We have upgraded our Aspen again from 10 star back to E5 and also Tree of Origin. And we have arrived at the most amazing moment of the day. Look at this, what we have accomplished here. We started the day at like 90, Tree of Origin 90. We almost have 2 at 120 and 1 million resources left. We have gotten more than 2 fully upgraded 120s. Absolutely amazing. What we're lacking now to get these last couple of levels here is stellar shards. And so we're gonna go in here and to conversion. Here we have 9 I haven't used yet. We're gonna convert 5 of them and we're hitting over 1 million. So let's go back and see how far we can go with 1 million here. That is quite expensive, those last ones. So it basically took our entire stack of stellar shards. So if you want to see how much you get, I started at 90. I now have 2, not 1 but 2 at 120, and I have 800,000 spiritual essence left. Crazy progress. We also have the skin here. We can put that back. So that's how we're looking now. And how were we able to accomplish all of this? Because it also takes a lot of 10 stars to progress in Tree of Origin. Well, Eloise is missing. Eloise is gone from the account. We still have a little bit of cleaning up to do, and so we're gonna go faction by faction. We have a lot of Eloise copies here. We are actually gonna go ahead and we're gonna go and get ourselves an Eloise 10 star. We are gonna go with the food first. So we're gonna do an Eloise upgrade here, and we are looking pretty solid here in the Shadow faction. Yes, I like the look of this. Here we have a complete mess. So what we're gonna do here is that we're gonna go ahead and make ourselves a 10 star Valentino for the 3rd time today. And all of a sudden we are looking much better. Yeah, not really that much going on in Abyss, and then we have a bunch of 5 stars actually in Forest, and we have some 9 stars as well, so we're looking very good on 9 stars, which is always nice. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna make ourselves a 10 star in Forest, and that's gonna be a Garuda this time. So now we're gonna take the opportunity to get rid of the Garuda copies and also make ourselves a new 10 star. We don't really have enough 5 star for food, so I think we're just gonna go ahead and sacrifice some of our sort of better 5 stars. We have also a lot of trash we can get from here. We're just gonna make this one manually. So let's go ahead and find Garuda. And then we're just gonna stack everything in here. We're also not taking Garuda over 10, right? So it's fine to get rid of this one. We have some food at least. Alright, so here we are again. I had to just quickly summon a puppet for the 6 star and stuff. Everything looks pretty clean. This is how we're looking now. Way better. All the puppets are gone basically, and I'm happy with everything that's been accomplished. Our next thing now is gonna be to upgrade our third Transcendence hero here, which is Elena. We are gonna progress in the Void imprint. However, we might not have that many resources. I guess we can activate the first one. So, pretty damn impressive progress today. We got 2 heroes up to Tree of Origin 120. We have some materials left. Right now, we've been going at it for a long time, so we're just gonna round up. But that's the switch we made today. We got rid of Eloise. We hit some progress on our 2 main Transcendence heroes. We also got a little bit of upgrade on Elena. Some new 10 stars. We are starting to build up Betty, and I guess what we can do as well, no real issue here, we can make Betty 10 star as the last thing we do today. There we go, Awaken. We got a Betty 10 star, not really gonna do too much for us, but now that's done as well. And I can see that we are back to the bag space that we started on as well, about 100. Anyways, that was something we just had to get done. I wanted to do Glory Challenge as quick as possible, and I think now doing it today and seeing the resources we had, I don't think I could have made it any faster, because I had to use a chest to get that extra 4000 spiritual essence, and that was really the only thing I was missing. Very happy at least with how it turned out. We got a lot of stuff done, and there's a lot of stuff to do, so stay tuned for more videos. Now when we finally made our new team, basically we have a bunch of game modes to test this in, but yeah, there's a bunch of small upgrades in the Void, and we can also test the Void now when we have the Seal and challenges complete, so we got all the buffs and everything like that. So there's a bunch of stuff coming up. And another thing is that I talked a lot about transitioning into more of a Transcendence team and getting rid of Eloise and all that. But now thinking about it, I might actually want to rebuild Eloise. It's good for today to get the challenge done. We had to regress her to build all the other heroes and stuff. But I might have to, or not have to, but I might want to actually just get her back to E5. I have to think about it a little bit, but there is definitely a possibility that I bring Eloise up again. Just because it's like 1, 2, 3 heroes in the team. Maybe I use Heartwatcher, that's 4. Maybe I use Ignis, that's 5. And then what? I'm gonna use Natalie or Drake. I mean, just an E5 Eloise, since Eloise is the best sort of non-transcendence hero. I think it makes sense to keep her in the team a little bit longer for a few game modes. Like, of course we can't use her in campaign, but everything else, just like guild bosses, you know, Gate of the Void, even in Tower of Oblivion, all sort of stuff. So yeah, looking at the team now when everything is done, I'm thinking that, yeah, could be a good idea to keep Eloise just a little bit longer. There's gonna be upcoming videos. Stay tuned, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, the Glory Challenge and the sort of transitioning from Eloise into more of a Transcendence built team. Alright, that's it for me today. Hope you enjoyed. Until next time, guys, have a good one. Peace.